Wife wants open marriage. My wife 25 and I 27, been together for 8 years, married for 4. We have 2 special needs children ages 6 and 3. It started this year she want to be with girls. All good with me as she had a few relationships. Months ago she came up wanting to try men. But I said no, that's too much for me. Ever since she keeps pressuring us to try having an open relationship. I fill all her needs. She just wants more sexual partners. But call me old-fashioned, I just want one person to spend my life with. I feel this complicates it more with our kids and the amount of time needed for them. When we married, I thought she was gonna be someone that is 100% committed to us and our children. But it even seems her interest has gone away from us. She hasn't cheated on me with a man. We still love each other and she doesn't wanna leave me. But I don't know if I'll be able to keep us together if she wants something completely different from what I want. Are we doomed? Is there any way to work this out? I know Reddit is very against kink shaming, but literally every single time there's something about open relationships it always ends horribly. I've seen this scenario too many times. She wants to explore her options and still have you to fall back on. You're obviously against this, so why would you compromise what you want to placate her? I've been there and it does not end well. You already got an open marriage. She has sex with women. If she's asking, especially if you've already opened up the marriage, she's probably got someone in mind. You approached this from the get-go at a very bad angle by assuming female sexual partners were somehow less real than male ones, and that they wouldn't carry the same risk of ruining your relationship. You clearly view open relationships as cheating, which means it's going to have to stop if your relationship is to recover. Here is something for you to read. It is about a guy that was in the same situation as you. But his story has already reached its end and he posted it on Reddit. Just like you, he didn't want an open marriage but gave in because his wife begged him to. Read for yourself what that all led to. I've been open relationships. Some were successful. This doesn't look like a good foundation for one. I think you need to understand your options. You have 2 children and farting around with relationship dynamics when you're not sure is a bad idea. Personally, I draw a hard boundary. Just flat out, no, without explanation outside of, I do not like this and it makes me feel terrible. Call a lawyer and understand your exit option. I'm not saying get a divorce, but just understand what your situation is and what happens if she goes off with other men. This is a topic you absolutely can draw a firm line around. I will never understand men who let their wives' girlfriends do stuff with other girls. Seriously, it makes no sense to me. You opened this door by making the very mistaken assumption that women would pose no threat to your relationship. The minute she told you she wants to sleep with other people should have been the red flag. Classic case of give an inch, takes a mile. Why did you give in to her being with women in the first place if you don't want an open relationship? It sounds like she doesn't want to commit being in a long relationship with you. I think it's time to break it off. What she wants is cheating without consequences. You're not being old-fashioned. You made vows for life with each other. It's not old-fashioned to expect your partner to keep the marriage contract. When we married, I thought she was gonna be someone that is 100% committed to us and our children. Yes, that's literally the whole point of marriage and the exact promise she solemnly swore to you that day. Why are you acting like what she is doing now is acceptable or compatible with the idea that she loves you? She is breaking all her vows and clearly doesn't care about hurting you. It sounds like you are trying to convince yourself that this is somehow compatible with still loving each other. It isn't. Even if she had extreme sexual urges, she wouldn't want to hurt you like that. How I read it, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that she seems to want to explore new chances, while still having you as your backup. It sounds way too shady for me. I don't think this is going to end well, because if this is truly what she wants, I don't think it's salvageable, because your views on this matter just don't align anymore and it sounds like it's a deal-breaker for you. Similar boat here. Wife told me that she wanted to open the marriage, that she feels like she would be living a life full of regret if she didn't get a chance to sleep with other people or form intimate relationships with others. I'm not comfortable with it. Over the past few months I had tried to become okay with the idea but couldn't ever get fully on board. Eventually my wife started belittling me about how closed-minded I was and how controlling I was, and from there it really just spiraled out of control. She asked me for a divorce earlier this week. We've been together for 13 years, married for 8 and have a 3-year child together. She wants you as her back pocket, someone to fall back on if things with the new guy don't work out. If you don't want this then tell her, but ultimately she is going to do whatever she wants to do with or without your permission. Who has the time with 2 children under 6 to go fucking around? Jobs, kindy, school runs, time for kids, time for each other. What is her real priority here? Open marriage need to be both side agreement. If she doesn't accept that she is going to ride that person whether you agree or not, BCC it does seem like she already has someone in mind. Either try to have a talk or bail the marriage to save yourself from future heartache. Relationship is over. An open marriage requires consent from both partners and really good communication to succeed. If one of these requirements is not there, an open marriage is doomed. It seems like you are not on board with an open marriage, so give your wife the only 2 possible options. 1. You both work on your closed relationship. So no more girls for her either. 2. You divorce, so you can both pursue what you're looking for in a relationship. I'm sorry, but that's the only way I see you can resolve this. She doesn't love you. Get rid of her ASAP and find a good woman. Best of luck. She wants to fuck around on you but with 2 special needs kids probably does not want the massive responsibility of having sole custody which is likely in a divorce. That's really fucked up but you opened the door to it when you let her cheat with women. This is just a natural progression. You cuked yourself in a really bad way here. Just say no to open marriage. If she is fine with that and you trust her, then great. If she ends your marriage you know that really she wanted to use you as a support for her lifestyle, irrelevant of your feelings. Alternatively, she has told you what she wants. Now tell her what you want. Threesome with her and her female friend once a week. Maybe even her sister. Pressure her, keep asking, tell her it's what you want. You see my point, I am sure she wouldn't want that. She wants to ride the cock carousel. She doesn't love you, much less respect you. As the manosphere says, don't believe a woman's word, believe her actions. You need to watch a lot of red pill and MGTOW content on YouTube. You're still young, there's much time for you to find someone who will value you. You don't care she has fucked with women but you care now that she wants to fuck men. You thought because she was fucking with women your marriage would be safe or that she wouldn't fall for another woman. Make it make sense lol. Lots of good advice here. I'm the father of a special needs daughter. I can understand the pressure you are both under. I was told 95% of the families with kids like our break up. Generally it tends to be the father who splits. Your wife and you should consider counseling. For 22 years my wife still carried guilt over what happened to our daughter. It wasn't her fault. I'm guessing the same is true. Why is always the woman who suggests that? They don't even respect their partners. Wife wants open marriage. Your wife either fucks other men, or wants to fuck other men. There, fix that for you. What you do with this information depends almost entirely on just how low your sense of self-worth is. I think it's time to contact a divorce lawyer. Sadly, you'll soon be paying child support. Sorry mate. Get out while you can. Opening a marriage need to be 100% wanted by both partners. If you don't want it or are unsure you should not go trough with it. Keep saying no and if your so doesn't take no for an answer there is something wrong. Be careful. Speaking as someone in a successful open relationship. Yes, I think you're doomed. Open relationships only work if you're on the same page and want the same things out of it. You're looking for different things in life. You want monogamy, she doesn't. There isn't really a way for that to be compatible, unless you let her do things you're uncomfortable with which will probably make you incredibly unhappy, or she lives a life with that want desire need unmet which will probably make her incredibly unhappy. You should have filed for divorce as soon as she asked for an open marriage. Your marriage is over bro. Keep your head up, the divorce process is a long and arduous one with lots of pain but it gets better with time. Dude, know your marriage is over. Get out now or it's going to be even worse. That sucks if this really came out of nowhere. Better cut her loose and get back on the wagon before you need dick pills. Oh wait, you're only 27. Yeah, you got time bro. Get out now. Just tell her straight she has 2 options. Divorce or more partners. That's it. I think the other thing to address is the 2 special needs children. Maybe she is stressed and overwhelmed and trying to cope with sex. Parents of disabled children have the highest divorce rates. Why? Because it's really hard. I have a disabled brother and I grew up watching my parents' dynamic. They are still together but they worked really hard at it. So what's the root of this desire? Fantasy? Escape? Interested in another person? Boredom? Wanting to have her cake and eat it too? They should see a marriage counselor that specializes in open relationships to figure it out. She is poly, you are not. Attend marriage counseling together. Here's the right response. No, as your partner she has to respect your boundaries. She is free to either stay within these boundaries or to break up. It's easy as that. And you're not old-fashioned, different people have different values. So don't let her tell you, you're old-fashioned for not letting her fuck the neighbor. Say you don't want it and you'll be watching. So if she wants to go out with other guys and bang, she's going to do it unmarried and with half custody. I'm sorry your wife was to sleep with everyone. Try asking her why she wants other men and how does she think that will affect the kids. It's bad enough she's sleeping with other women. If I were you I would tell her you don't want any of this anymore of her sleeping with or wanting to sleep other people men women and you want to focus on each other and your family. Your wife and you are on completely different levels as to what you want. She is asking you for permission to cheat on you. You don't want to be with a cheater. If you don't want an open marriage, do not let her push you into agreeing to it. I am not saying an open marriage is bad. But it just is not right for most people. If I were you, I would file for divorce, and find someone better for you. Clearly she is not the right person for you. Staying together in a marriage that isn't working is not good or your kids. They will feel the tensions between you and your wife. That is not good for them. Sometimes separation is best for the kids involved. She wants open marriage, give it to her. Open the door and let her go. Just don't let her back in. Show her the huge number of stories on Reddit about how it can go wrong, and badly. If she's pressuring you so much then she probably already has somebody in mind. I guarantee that you'll barely get finished saying yes before she's get some other guy's dong in her mouth. Dude, she's with another couple without you. Yep, you are doomed. She has a guy in mind she wants to screw. She's already sleeping with other people who are women. Opening up a relationship like this, one-sided where one spouse is forcing the change from monogamy, usually end in disaster. You don't want the same things and she is checking out of the marriage. Draw up divorce papers. Give her the choices between two paths, closing the marriage and starting couples therapy or continuing to screw other people and file for divorce. It was bound to happen when she started off with females. You have too much love for her and unfortunately she still wants to have fun like she was held back before marriage. Y'all need to have a good sit-down talk or seek counseling. Good luck. The more math you do the worse the sadder this post gets. She wants you to provide and have fun on the side. As for spending your life with someone, it's the 21st century, wake up my man. Expectations like that will only bring you pain. Do you think she wants the same? Also don't assume she hasn't cheated. She's not satisfied with you. Sorry, that's just the facts, man. She needs a reality check about your kids. 2 children without special needs consume enough time and energy that most monogamous couples have trouble maintaining a sex life, at least when the kids are little. Add special needs. Add additional men. She's going to shortchange someone, and it appears it will be you and your kids. Just say no.